Then I went into small businesses. So I've been in business officially since the age of 18, and I have never stopped. Even though I may have had a job on the side or I may have done contractual work, the business has been a part of my lifestyle. Hence, the personal passion I have is helping small business owners like yourselves to excel, because I understand your journey and I know what it takes to really become something in a competitive world. So for businesses, it's not just running a business. Everything that we do in life or in business or in our professional life is 80% psychology. And if that psychology is compromised, then it's going to impact everything in your life as well. Now, life is not just one area, right? We all have different areas. And if you think that at any point there's a little bit of stress or worry or anxiety, it's going to impact all those areas. And then the question is that, are you truly living a life of fulfillment? So we have a life of fulfillment, and what I mean by that is you taking over the life that you're leading, so controlling your life. And the only way you can do that is that if you have exceptional leadership skills, and that starts with a self. So the question for you, my friends, write it in your workbook, is where are you with your self leadership? Self-leadership is really simple. I believe that every single person in this world, that's right, every single person in this world was born to be a leader. How we grow in that leadership, how we develop, how we attach it to our vision and our mission and our goals, that's up to us. We can choose to stay stagnant and not do anything and continue to dream, or we can choose to take a step forward and make that leadership strong so it supports our life, our vision, and our mission. Now, the work that I do, it's not just because of my experience. I have a mentor, and I truly believe that if you're going to take a mentor, have somebody that has experience. I've been burned a few times by a lot of people that I've taken on board, and I know what I'm sharing with you is of utmost importance. Do your research. Are the people that you're engaging or you're reaching out to, do they have experience in the field that you're looking to expand in or explore, or that they're going to support you in your leadership development? Self-leadership is having an awareness of where you are. Self-leadership is not just about having the ability to influence people. The question, my friends, is that can you influence you? Where are you with your self-respect? Where are you with your self-love? Where are you with your self-awareness? Where are you with your self-leadership? Because my friends, remember, you cannot give to others what you don't have. So if you don't love this leader, then how can you share that love with others? The questions that I had during the break, people were asking, Pushpa, where did you get your leadership qualities from? Now, I don't usually share my secrets because I've made a direct promise to myself that I'm going to continue learning till the day I take my last breath. And the knowledge that I share, because all my leadership is based on ancient wisdom principles, and it's over 2,500 years of principles and scriptures that I bring to you today. And in saying that, if you really want to know where my leadership abilities and skills come from, they come from the time that my mother introduced me to a certain environment, and I'm not going to reveal them here. So if you want to find out more, I'm going to be in the restaurant at about 6 p.m. Come and see me there, and I'd be happy to speak about where I'm getting my leadership principles, and I will even sign my leadership book for you. So bring the book along with you. So what are the principles of leadership? I have many principles, and principles are laws. Laws don't change, right? We have facts. Facts are forever changing. According to my world, leadership is based on a few principles, and those principles are laws that don't change. And I encourage you as well. So wherever you're at in your leadership journey, create your own principles. What's acceptable for you? What's not acceptable? Start creating your own identity as this high, exceptional performing leader. One of the things that I have for my values, the top value is integrity. And that's a really crucial principle for me, because integrity is not just about me speaking to others and telling you that I'm going to do something for you and be sticking by the word that I've shared with you. It means that I've actually got to be honest with myself. So if I've said to myself that I'm going to take half an hour out, sit down with a journal and do some work on myself, then I have to keep that promise too. That's integrity. Many people ask me, what are my values? I have a few values, but the top one is integrity. Why integrity for me? I could have had honesty, I could have had trust, but I believe integrity for me means that even though I may have promised you something and that I have to stick by my word, and I've done that and it's all good, integrity for me also means that if I've said something to myself that, for example, I'm going to take half an hour out today, I'm going to go and just give myself some reflection time, then I stick by that and I actually complete that. So it's being honest with myself as well as being honest with others too. I get testimonials from people that have been a part of my audiences, attended workshops, my coaching clients, even government departments, corporations that I've worked with, and they're really, really good. I'm very grateful for them. However, one of the things that I've realized is that I don't really need validation to be a really great leader, because I always want to come from a place of serving others. And I believe that that's the skill that I really have as a strong foundation for my leadership, is to serve you in the best way that I possibly can. So my friends, if you're looking for validation from other people, if you're looking for acceptance from other people, just for them to tell you how great a leader you are, then unfortunately, you're not that great a leader. By the time you are this exceptional leader and everybody's recognizing you, you should have the confidence and the belief in yourself about what you're doing. The only person or the only environment that you may be seeking approval for, like myself, I'm a believer of God, and I seek my approval from God. For others, it might be a higher purpose or a different cultural approval. It's entirely up to you, but you should not be seeking it from people out there, not if you're that strong leader. All right, so we've just done an exercise on values, and I'm so grateful that I came around and I saw some of the values that you were writing down. I'm going to ask you another question, is to now take a moment, close your eyes, and then ask yourself, what are the true values? Now, a lot of people believe our heart is here. I truly believe our heart is here as well. When we say our psychology, it's all connected. So the thoughts that are coming in, what are you feeling? What are your emotions? Have a self-reflection for 2 minutes and then go ahead and write down the real values that are really associated with you as an individual. So we have a list of values, my own values, and then there are a lot of values that we give you a brief explanation of what they truly mean. If you want this free checklist, please reach out to me. You can call me directly on 0497998829. And as a leader, I truly still believe today that I love connecting with all our clients on a one-to-one basis. The other option you have is reaching me via email, pushpa@leadershipbydesign.com.au. And the checklist for the values is not the only resource we have. We have ebooks, we have a business health check, we have a leadership cheat sheet list as well. So reach out, we are happy to share these resources with you. One of the struggles of small business owners is that they feel that they have to do everything. There are so many resources out there that you can access for free. You can even just do some research yourself. But the most important thing to do is to identify what is involved and to create your foundation by having a business plan. And that's the one thing that we absolutely love doing and working with our small business owners in creating it. So yesterday I was called to deliver a workshop for small business owners that had a disability and a variety of disabilities. One thing that inspired me, that despite of what was going on with their physical bodies, every single person in that room had a business, and they wanted to know the next step in accounting, in financial record keeping. And the passion they had, even for the ones that couldn't verbally talk, was evident in their face. Now, my question to you today is that how passionate are you to learn about the operations of your business? So yesterday, an organization called me to deliver a presentation on accounting and financial record keeping. And this was specifically designed for people with disabilities. And there was a wide variety of disabilities in that room. But what really inspired me and touched my heart, many of you know that I work with a lot of people with challenges or difficulties. What inspired me yesterday was that everybody in that room, despite of their physical challenges or mental challenges, had an idea for their businesses and were ready to learn about everything that I was about to share with them. Where are you with your small business? When we're small business owners, it's really important that we as an owner are strong and certain in ourselves. The question that you need to ask yourself, even before considering operating that business, is that do I have the capacity as an individual to see this through for the next 5 years? Why I say 5 years, I think it's really crucial that you have a 5-year future plan, and that in itself will start igniting steps for you to take forward so that you can at least aim to achieve that goal. I love leadership because I truly believe in every person there's a leader. And one of the greatest gifts I have is to helping others go within, scraping their barrel and truly finding that seed of leadership. Because every one of us has this seed, and how we nurture it, the soil that we put on it, the watering that we give it, is going to be a reflection of the life that we are living today and the life that we're going to be living going forward. Many people say that the number one thing for a leader is to have the ability to influence. I would say it's a little different, because to influence others, you need to be loving them. The one thing that leaders need to learn is the loving of other people. Are they compassionate? Are they empathetic? How much do they love themselves that they have the ability to love and value other people? That's the key secret to becoming a great leader, that no matter who's in front of you, there's unconditional love for them. I spoke about principles of leadership. Now, I have 12 principles. However, there are another 10 in addition to that. There are another 8 into that. So the principles that I have are my laws that I've created in leadership. And why have I created them? Because I've got lived experience. And it's not just a lived experience that it's been easy for me in a professional way. I've had my ups and downs, my friends. And literally, I have fallen 7 times and I've picked myself 8 times. And hence, hand on my heart, I can truly say that the principles I have today really work. As a leader, sometimes when I've gone through my challenges, I've thought that I could have easily have sat in that corner and played a victim mode. I don't think I can ever recall a time, even whether it was through the death of my mother, my father, my husband, a child, losing the businesses. I don't think there's ever been a time where I've sat in a corner and cried. Yes, at some point I may have shed some tears, but there was a passion within me. I had a calling, I had a purpose, and I knew that even those challenges were happening for me, not to me. And what inspired me to go on is because I had this vision. I had a goal, but more so, I knew that when I got to the end of my life, I wanted to be able to say that it is finished. Everything that was in my heart, everything that I desired, everything that I felt was my purpose and my passion, I actually lived it and I made it happen. Why am I passionate about my life? Why do I know I'm a strong leader? No matter how many times I fell and the number of times I picked myself up, it was because I had this vision of me taking my last breath and knowing that I did everything to make that vision, that dream, that calling, that purpose happen. And I could finally say that it's finished, and I did it, and I lived my life to the fullest. To be that authentic leader, give yourself some time to do a reflection exercise. So every Sunday, I spend at least a minimum of 15 minutes reflecting on the leader that I have been during that week. What did I learn? What did I love? What could I have done better? What did I do to increase my leadership? Because I mentioned earlier, right up until my last breath, I want to be learning. So leaders never stop learning. If you go into our historical data, our historical leaders have left us with benchmarks. Our historical leaders, as I mentioned, they left us huge benchmarks, and yet at that time they had limited information. So where was it all coming from? It was coming from within, and they trusted what was coming from within. And why did they trust that? Because they had the right intent. They were looking for their kingdoms. They were looking for the people that they were taking care of. They were looking to achieve something. And for them, it was always about going up. Not on a steep hill, going up, taking a step, going up, taking a step. And that's the crucial thing that is missing from today's leadership teaching. In today's real-time leadership teaching, it's very common. Have great communication skills, have great delegation skills, have emotional intelligence. Make sure that you're there. Make sure that you are really talking to your team. Have a review. In reality, they're all very good, but we want to be bringing in that ancient wisdom as well. How do we really influence people? And it comes with the connection that you have. And that connection has to be an emotional connection, i.e., loving the other person and loving yourself. I have studied ancient wisdom from the very, very early ages of my life. Like with my parents, they'd be teaching us from scriptures to a point where I'd go in and have this interest of wanting to know, well, if our culture's doing this, what is their culture doing? What is their culture doing? What is this culture doing? What is this holy book teaching? My parents taught me from a very early young age scriptures, and that really ignited within me an interest of wanting to know more about other scriptures, other religions, other holy books, study leaders, and I've never stopped learning that. What I found is that out of all our historical leaders, our greatest leaders left their legacies in a few years. Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, Mother Teresa, Jesus Christ, and the greatest inspiration for me was Jesus Christ. He left a legacy that is impacting billions of people in just 3.5 years using 12 students. Many of you have asked me about the Women's Mentoring Foundation. The foundation was birthed about 4 years ago now, when I was going through some challenging times. And I'm a pretty resilient person, so those challenges actually gave me even more motivation to survive. However, the gift that it gave me was that I witnessed so many women and young people falling through the cracks that were going through similar situation or other traumas and issues in their life. So what inspired me to start the foundation? I asked myself the question, okay, I'd had 6 falls in my life, why was this one happening? And somehow in my heart, it felt as if it was the last fall. And I thought, okay, it's the 7th, I'm going to pick myself up. Why is this happening? And I realized was because I needed to step up again into a different area on the charity side of things and start the foundation so I could help the people that were really struggling to get support. Now, a lot of the things that I do in my life, I've spoken about it many times. In every stage of my life, I've been through something, and that has unfolded into something really positive. So don't ever question the things that are happening in your life that may be giving you challenges, that are giving you issues. Think about behind it. My friends, life does not happen just to you. Life is happening for you. And when you have that faith, even those situations will turn around for your good.